one of the things, just to kind of transition back, so we've got so many different event segments, I left it out. One of the most interesting things about our LS Fest West is the fact that we factor in the off-road contingent. And so we're going to have a number of pre-runner style long travel suspension trucks and buggies that are going to be out there from the Terra crew. If you guys know Darren Parsons or the Hoonigan guys or anything like that, you've probably seen some of those guys before, or if you've been to any one of our prior LS Fests, we're definitely having those guys back out. We're going to build a really cool course that's fun, that sends trucks flying several feet at speed. And that's always fun to go up there and get a nice flavor of the off-road side of things.
Dude, you are not kidding. So in 2019, Brian actually shot some awesome photos of me riding in Blake Wilkie's buggy.
Absolutely.
Dude, that was insane. So I do some like light off-roading, but I don't jump my truck the way these guys do. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's insane.
Ride. I just had to take pictures. It was pretty miserable.
I got to ride, not to make Brian feel any worse, but I got to actually experience. We used to have a race at LS Fest West. We did different classes around that off-road course, and now it's really just a demo exhibition deal. But I got to ride in a stock modified truck, which is a factory frame that's just been modified for long travel. And then I got to ride in an actual like tube frame long travel specific, kind of like an open chassis. But the cab was a Ford Ranger and it was still the same. And I got to ride in both of those like back to back and compare the difference in how they felt when they landed. It was insane. Both of them felt like you were landing on, like, I don't know, pick your most exotic mattress that you could spend thousands of dollars on. It felt like you were landing on one going 60 miles an hour. It was amazing.
Yeah, that blew my mind. So like we go off the first jump, he launches this thing, and I'm thinking like I'm braced for impact, right?
Yeah,
and yeah,
exactly.
It was just like landing on a bunch of baby ducks, dude. You're just.
I don't know. I like my mattress analogy a little better in case PETA listens to this. Man.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I have some lower back problems, as I'm sure a lot of people do from working on lowered cars and stuff. But I was cringing too. I was like, oh, I can just see my spine compressing in just a second. But sure enough, I felt fine.
Dude,
it was totally great.
I don't know about you, but like, I didn't know what Blake's expectations were for his passengers. So I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be like screaming like I was on a roller coaster or just like trying to like let him concentrate. But I was like mute the whole time because I couldn't speak. It was jump after jump. So I don't know if that was your experience or not. It was fun though.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. Sometimes like you're wearing helmets, obviously, and being safe in that manner, trying to be as safe as possible. And yeah, I just kind of like, as soon as that helmet visor comes down, I'm kind of like in my own little world. And if I'd have to scream at the top of my lungs for them to hear me anyway. So I kind of I just experience it and then tell them thanks at the end of the ride. So that's a fantastic addition to the event.
Yeah,
and we
for sure
having those guys out.
That's so cool that you guys partnered with, Terra Crew and all those guys. And that's like one of the parts of LS Fest that I think is really cool. All the partners you guys have and vendors and stuff like that Torque Storm class that you were talking about just a moment ago. Do you have anything else like that in any of the other arenas, like the Drift event or the Autocross or anything like that?
Yeah. So I would say, obviously there's so many I would forget, but we have a lot of high quality manufacturers and media entities that partner up, such as yourselves, with this event. And it really helps make the event what it is. Not only bringing the participants with their sick rides out there that are capable of doing some amazing things, but also having the companies that are part and parcel to making those vehicles possible. Like, I mean, if you're talking Autocross, QA1, I think is the main sponsor of the Autocross. And then you've got, I think, Three Pedals sponsors our modern Grand Champion class. And then Bayer Brakes sponsors our 3S Challenge. So, I mean, those guys, they really are some of the prime examples of high quality products that you would see on a lot of these cars that are out there competing over that weekend. And so, yeah, we've got a number of relationships that we really have built over the years and appreciate having. American Powertrain comes to mind, Forge Line Wheels. I mean, a number of different partners that have kind of been with us for the long haul and built our LS Fest events to what they are today.
Definitely. Hey, LS Fest is like a place where you see some pretty wild stuff. And you've been doing this for a while, Blane. And I'm curious because I want to ask the same question to you too, Brian. What's the craziest swap you've seen? And
oh man,
do you have high expectations for this year?
Yeah. Brian, you want to go first?
I'll attempt to.
You get to walk the grounds a little bit more. I'm running around on a golf cart trying to make sure people are, I don't know, not trying to do wheelies in the parking lot in their buggies and stuff.
You're just hiding from me and Vinny. We get it. That's fine. Man, okay, so we'll just use West as the example. But the year that we went, we were driving around in the golf cart. I mean, there's so many cars to choose from. We saw a stock Beetle that had an LS4 stuffed in it. We saw a jet boat that had an LS2 stuffed in it with turbos. Probably the
with no water around to use it. They just wanted to show up. And
just showed up with a 100-mile-an-hour jet boat with an LS. Dario's Mini Cooper.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Can't forget that. You stole mine. I shouldn't have let you go first.
Yeah, but okay, so the car's small, the engine's huge, and then this dude gets out of it, and he's a monster. I mean, how tall is he, Blane? You know,
polar opposites in terms of the vehicle size chosen, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The guy's easily 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big fella.
But it's awesome because you just have and you don't know what's going to show up. I mean, that's part of the fun of it, right? You get there, we're walking around, we're like, oh my god, and you just run around taking as many pictures as possible.
Yeah, okay, so I couldn't give you a specific one. The Mini Cooper was going to be it, but just the crazy thing to me is that having done, I've done 10 in Bowling Green, actually 11 in Bowling Green. We'll be doing the 12th one this year, and then this will be our 4th LS Fest. So I mean, almost 16 LS Fests. You see a lot of crazy swaps, and not only that, but I mean, the SEMA show and things like that, and other places we go, you see some crazy ones. But the thing to me is, you would think that maybe this would get a little old after a while, and maybe long in the tooth. We've had some people come to our events before that have never been from a media standpoint, and we just call them up and we invite them. We don't expect anything. We just offer them the opportunity to come and then tell their story of their experience. And, we've had a few of them after they are there for all 3 days, just hit you up with this amazing review in the sense that, we thought it really isn't possible to do LSs so vastly differently. It's the same motor, but we were totally wrong. I mean, and it's amazing to see that all these different event segments are using the same family of engine. I know we also allow the Gen 5 LT, and that's it is what it is. But to see them used in such a wide variation of uses of motorsport is really, really cool. GM built a really, really awesome motor, and that's exactly what this is. If you read the little synopsis on our website, it's just a celebration of all things LS, and people find a way to put them in anything. I mean, from a Mini Cooper all the way to a Carmen Ghia. Our first LS Fest ever had a Carmen Ghia with a supercharged LS in the back of it with a tonneau cover, to kind of conceal the monstrosity that he had built within. And, we've seen the boats. I'm half surprised that one of those LS airplanes that floats around the internet hasn't tried to land on the drag strip in the middle of one of our events or something. I mean, it's just, it wouldn't surprise me.